If only I had known what it meant. I was drinking a lot in those days. Too much. Much too much. But I was young. We were all young. I told them not to put me out of the car. I told them, don't leave me on this dirt road in the middle of the night. Are you insane? And they did. They drove away laughing. I could hear them laughing. It wasn't funny then, and it's not funny now. But steadying myself as best I could, after all, as I already said, I had been drinking entirely too much that evening, I decided to walk home. And what was I going to do? Just sit there in the cold night air? Only it wasn't cold. It was hot. It was August. And it was hot. Don't think I've ever felt so much heat so late at night. The air was humid and thick. And I began to walk and sweat. And walk and sweat. I could barely see in the distance a light. I couldn't see 5 feet in front of me, actually, but I could see way far in the distance a light, a dim light. But I decided I would walk toward that light. Oh, the foolish things we decide to do when we've been drinking too much. At first, I thought it was my imagination. And I turned quickly to look behind me because I thought I heard footsteps. Only, how can you hear footsteps on sand? I mean, after all, it was a dirt road. And the footsteps didn't sound like footsteps on a dirt road. Whatever it was, it was just so upsetting to me. I just felt I had to run. So I began to run. But it was so hot, and I was tired, and frankly a little bit more than, well, just a little nauseated, a little bit more nauseated than I had been before I was running. So I didn't run long. I didn't run far. I quit running. And I heard the footsteps again. But how could there be footsteps when I was on a dirt road and there was no one there? Or was there someone there? Oh my gosh, there was someone there. I could feel them. Have you ever felt someone behind you? You didn't see them. You didn't hear them. But you could feel them. That's what this was like. I felt like this person, at least I thought it was a person. You never really know, you know. At any rate, this person, or whatever it was getting closer and closer behind me. I couldn't stand it. I didn't know what to do, and then I could feel his breath, or her breath, or its breath. I could feel somebody's breath on the back of my neck. Oh, it was horrible. It wasn't a warm breath, it was a cold breath. A cold, dead breath. And it spooked me to no end, and I began to run, and I didn't care if I was going to vomit all over the ground. I didn't care if I was going to fall on my face. I was going to run, and I did. I ran, and I ran, and I ran. But it kept running too, I guess. It was always there right behind me. I could feel that cold, dead breath on my neck. Only you might say, how could there be dead breath on your neck? Dead things don't breathe. Or do they? I and I ran. At times I crawled. I rolled even a little while. But I kept heading towards that light. And it did start becoming a little closer. The distance was becoming shorter, and I was making progress. I was going towards that light. And then it happened. The light went out. I mean, completely went out. There was no more light to walk toward. I became disoriented. I became confused. I wasn't sure if I was going the way I'd already been, or the way the light had been. Or maybe I went off in a whole different direction altogether. But how could that be? I was on a road. Or was I on a road? I don't think I was on a road anymore. Oh my gosh, I'm not on a road. I don't understand. Have you ever had one of those night terrors? You just don't understand. When I woke up, I was lying in a field, all alone. I had no shoes on. I had no socks on. I had no shirt on. I had no pants. But I was alone. But you know what? I could still feel that cold, dead breath on the back of my neck, even while I was lying on my back on the ground. I jumped up and I ran. I could see now because the sun was up, and I ran and I ran and I ran. I ran for what seemed like miles. But no matter how far I ran, I was always in this field. The same field, it looked like. I didn't understand. How could I be in the same field? I had been running and running and running and running. And then I realized I was running in a circle. A big circle, but a circle just the same. And then I saw the car. Far, far in the distance. It was my friend's car. They were looking for me. I yelled, I screamed, I jumped up and down, and I ran like I've never run before towards that car. I was afraid they were going to leave me here, like they already had. But I didn't want to be left again. So I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran. And then I realized they saw me. They were coming towards me. Oh, I was so excited. Until I saw that no one at all was in the car. It was moving. It was driving. But there was no driver. I don't remember what happened after that. I don't remember much of anything after that. Now I just sit here. It's really not a bad place. The people are nice to me generally. Except for that one nurse, she's kind of mean. But it doesn't matter. They give me things to do sometimes. I can't do them usually. But I try. Well, maybe not. Too.